Most people walk into a room and get ignored. But what if I told you there's a simple move, just one, that can flip the power dynamic in any situation and make people instantly respect you without saying a word? This isn't a gimmick, it's a weapon. One that leaders, CEOs, and high-status individuals have been using for centuries. And once you learn it, you'll never go unnoticed again. Why most people get ignored. Most people walk into a room and barely leave a trace. They might smile, say hello, even try to make small talk, but nobody remembers them. Their presence is light, barely noticeable, like a shadow flickering across a wall. Here for a moment, gone the next. They speak, but their words don't echo. They contribute, but their actions don't land. They exist, but they don't command. And deep down, they know it. They feel the eyes that glance past them. They hear the laughter in conversations they're not part of. They sense how people overlook them, interrupt them, or forget their name 5 minutes later. It's not because they're boring or unworthy. It's because they've never been taught the truth about power and presence. We live in a world that rewards visibility, not just showing up, but standing out. If people don't feel your presence the moment you enter, they want to value it later. That's the cold, brutal truth. And here's the worst part. Most people think respect comes from talking more, doing more, proving yourself. But that's exactly what keeps them small. They try harder and get noticed less. It doesn't matter how smart you are, how kind you are, or what your intentions are. Perception is everything. People aren't judging your words. They're judging your presence. How you move, how you speak, how you take up space. And if you talk too fast, fidget, fill every silence with nervous chatter, try too hard to prove yourself, you send a message. I need your approval. And the second someone senses that, game over. They've already decided they're above you. But now, imagine someone who walks in and doesn't rush, doesn't seek validation, doesn't even try to prove anything. They move slow. They look you dead in the eye. They speak calmly, like they already know they're worth listening to. Even if you don't know who they are, you feel something shift. Your brain takes notice, because power, true power, speaks before the words do. And that's the difference. Part 3, the one move that changes everything. So here's the truth no one talks about. There is one move, one simple trick, that instantly shifts the balance of power in any conversation. It doesn't require you to change your personality. You don't need to raise your voice, dominate others, or become someone you're not. In fact, the exact opposite is true. This move is subtle, elegant, and devastatingly effective. It's called the power of the pause. Think about the most powerful men in history: CEOs, generals, kings, movie characters who walk into a scene and everyone freezes. They're never the ones nervously talking too much or rushing to fill silence. They own the silence. Because here's the psychology. Most people are terrified of silence. It feels awkward. It feels vulnerable. So they talk and talk and talk, hoping to fill the gap with approval, with attention, with acceptance. But the moment you pause, the moment you let silence hang in the air, you show that you're not desperate for approval. You're not chasing validation. You're not afraid of being watched. You welcome it. That's magnetic. It's not about arrogance. It's about self-possession, a deep, quiet confidence that says, I control the tempo. You follow me. Part 4, why the pause commands respect. Now you might ask, why does a pause hold so much power? Because it activates a primal instinct in everyone around you. When you pause, especially in a high-stakes moment, people lean in. They hang on your next word. They wait, anticipating something important. Even if you haven't said anything yet, this is not just theory. This is hardwired into human behavior. In nature, the most dominant animals, the true alphas, are never the loudest. They're composed, calculated. They don't waste movement. They don't waste words. A lion doesn't roar before it hunts. It moves in silence. It observes. It waits. Likewise, a powerful man doesn't speak to be heard. He speaks to be remembered. And when he does, he speaks slow, with weight, with purpose. The pause is what creates gravity around your words. It's what makes people stop and listen. Because when you're not rushing, when you let that silence stretch, people feel your control. It creates tension. And tension asks power. That pause tells the room, I'm not afraid to be seen. I'm not afraid to be heard. Let the other person feel the weight of your presence. And then, when you speak, do it slowly, deliberately. Let every word land with purpose. Watch what happens. Watch how their body language shifts, how their eyes stay locked on you, how the entire energy of the conversation begins to lean in your direction. That moment, that subtle shift, is power being transferred. You've just become the person people listen to, the person people notice, the person people respect, without even knowing why. Part 6. Why most people will never do this. Here's what separates the strong from the weak. Most people will never apply this. They'll nod, they'll agree. But when it matters, they'll slip back into old habits. They'll talk too fast, try too hard to impress, chase approval like it's oxygen, and they'll keep fading into the background. Unnoticed, unheard, unimportant, but not you. Because now you know the secret. The pause isn't just a trick. It's not a gimmick. It's a weapon, a signal to the world that you're in control, that you move at your own pace, that you are not desperate for attention, because you are the source of attention. Part 7. The truth about power. Here's the raw truth. Power is not given. It's taken. It's earned through presence, through behavior, through mastery of the invisible signals most people ignore. It's not about shouting the loudest. It's not about dominating others through force. It's about understanding human psychology so deeply that with just one move, one pause, one look, you shift the entire atmosphere. Master the world. So I challenge you, starting today, try this one move. Pause. Let the silence speak louder than your words ever could. Watch the power shift. Feel it. And once you've felt it, once you see how people respond to you differently, you'll never go back. If you felt something shift inside you right now, if you want more psychological tricks to dominate any room, conversation, or relationship, hit that like button. Subscribe. Join the movement, because this was just the beginning.